Well, good evening once again as another Friday night is upon us. Day 1303 of the Trump administration, 81 days to go until our presidential election. Today, the nation was warned about a new potential threat to the election, but not from any kind of foreign interference, though it's there. This comes from the U.S. Postal Service, which, right on time, after efforts to weaken it, is now warning states there may not be enough time for the ballots to be requested, completed, and returned before November 3rd. That's the hoped-for outcome when you set out to cripple the post office. NBC News has confirmed states from coast to coast have received warning letters from the Post Office General Counsel. Washington Post reporting the letters were sent to at least 46 states. That's a lot. This as Trump ramps up his effort to cast doubt on the integrity and legitimacy of mail-in voting, which he falsely and repeatedly claims is rife with fraud, while refusing to approve the emergency funding that the post office needs. Those extra funds are part of that relief bill Congress and the White House can't agree on. Congress skipped town for a 26-day summer break because they need their rest. Today, Trump was asked what would convince him to release the funds.
If the Democrats were to give you some of what you want, would you be willing to accept the $25 billion for the Postal Service, including the $3.5 billion to
Sure, they give us what we want. And it's not what I want, it's what the American people want. I've directed the Secretary of the Treasury to get ready and send direct payments, $3,400 for a family of four to all Americans. Democrats are holding this up. I'm waiting for the Democrats to approve it.
Why not just sit down with Democrats personally and cut a deal?
Because they want $1 trillion to go to their friends doing a bad job running certain cities and states that are doing very badly.
And it went on like that. Trump and his newly appointed Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, a Trump megadonor with no prior experience, appear to be trying to retrofit the post office in what critics suspect is more like an effort to win Trump the election during a pandemic. NBC News has obtained an internal U.S. Postal Service document revealing plans nothing short of removing 671 high-volume mail processing machines from postal facilities around our country. The agency told NBC News in a statement these are part of normal business adjustments. We also learned that DeJoy has written a memo to post office staff admitting that recent cutbacks and restructuring has resulted in, quote, unintended consequences that impacted our overall service levels. Although he has said the agency will be able to handle the demand of the ballots and the election. Tonight, NBC News reporting the Postal Service Inspector General is, quote, now reviewing DeJoy's policies as well as whether he violated any federal ethics rules. But don't forget, in previous cases, Trump has merely fired the inspectors general. And in a big reversal tonight, the agency is halting plans to remove more of those blue mailbox collection boxes that we've all grown up with from locations around the country until Election Day, after they already removed a good number of mail collection boxes across our country. Democrats Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer put out a joint statement earlier today calling the president's handling of the post office an abuse of power. They're demanding information from the Postmaster General. The problem is joint statements in plain English aren't going to cut it with 81 days to go before an election and Congress on a summer vacation. Here is what Congressman Jim Clyburn, Senator Joe Manchin, both Democrats, said earlier on this network.
If they allow this to happen from the top down, from Washington down, to where this election and basically the people believe and lose confidence and faith, and you don't have the support of the public, I'll guarantee you we'll lose our postal service as we know it. And I'm not going to let that happen.
Forget about political parties. Let's think about preserving this democracy. It's the best thing going on earth, but like every other big government, every other good government, all the way back to Rome, this too can fall.
The Associated Press reporting Republican Senator Mitt Romney also warned that attacking mail voting threatens our democracy. And there was this from the new Democratic vice presidential candidate, Kamala Harris.
Why don't they want us to vote? Why are they creating obstacles to us voting? Well, the answer is because when we vote, things change. When we vote, things get better. When we vote, we address the disparities we've been talking about.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.